Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Yard Talk UK, where I spoke with entrepreneur, CEO of Culture Apparel and Flat Cap Drinks Company, which is a Jamaican inspired rum, Richard Mckitty. I hope you enjoy this episode. Any further ado and less of my chatting, we're gonna invite Richard on right about now. How you guys been doing anyway? How was your day? How was your Friday afternoon or Friday evening, wherever you are? Friday evening here in the UK. Hey, cuz, how are you?
Hey, how we doing? You all right?
Yes, man. Everything blessed. Everything blessed. Just straightening up the camera, you know?
Okay.
Yes, man. Wow. How you guys doing over that end? Because of this pandemic, we haven't get to see each other much regularly. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, not really. Yeah, we're good over here, man. Yeah, we're good. We're good. We're good.
You're all good. You're all good. Yes, people. Here we are with this interview here on Yard Talk UK. We are speaking to CEO of Culture and Flat Cap Drinks Company, which I said earlier is a Jamaican inspired rum. And we're going to hear much more about that. Make sure you follow them on Instagram and also make an order online as well. Welcome everybody who is just joining us on the live. Who we got here? Ace, Kidet, and Abby. Welcome, welcome. Yes, Richard Mckitty. How are you doing, my brother?
Yeah, man. There.
That's good, that's good. Family okay, you said, and everybody's,
Everyone's
nice
blessed. Yeah, everyone's blessed. Everyone's blessed.
everyone is blessed.
Can't complain. Everyone is healthy and well, and from that, we're good.
That's good, that's good, that's good. What I want us to start off with, Richard, is just let the people know a little bit about yourself, where you're coming from here in London, and so forth. Just introduce yourself, basically.
Okay. First thing I'm gonna do is, as HD Kev says, we have to share the live. Share the live.
That's it.
Yeah. So make sure we share the live. So my name's Richard. I'm no one special. I'm just a normal person, just like you guys. And born in London, but my dad was from Jamaica, as we know.
Right.
And mum was from England. So I've got a mixed heritage. Yeah, grew up in South London, born and raised. So big up the big up the SW4 crew, Red Brick Massive, all them people there. So and yeah, just like everybody else, I was into sports. I was into football. Went through school, come out of school, and not really sure what I wanted to do. I always knew that I wanted to be in business, whatever that business was going to be. I always knew that that's what I wanted to go into. And from there, started working in the corporate world and doing various different jobs in sales, so predominantly in sales. And then studied part-time business studies at university. And then after that, just, doing little bits here and there. Always been hustling.
Always.
Always trying to
I remember
elevate.
one time you was working for a phone company.
Yeah, man, I did everything, man. I did everything. I sold everything. Trust me, I've sold everything. And from there, a couple of corporate companies, traveled the world. Managed to see some different parts of the world that I never thought I'd get to. I've been to the Caribbean many times, all different islands. So not just Jamaica. I've been to Trinidad, Tobago, St. Lucia, Barbados, Antigua, Dominican Republic, all South America as well. All of those countries. So,
wow. Was that with your job itself? Was the job that took you there?
Some of it, yeah, some of it. West Indies was just for holidays and family,
right?
And then other places was for work and stuff like that. So yeah, and then left the left the corporate world about 2 years ago, and then
Uh-huh.
I've been on this journey ever since.
Lovely, lovely. Still sticking to the corporate world. And what exactly did you do in that last corporate world in that job?
Well, I was a sales manager, sales and business development. So basically, my job was to promote the company
Mhm.
around the world, and we'd have dealers, distributors all around the world that had accounts with us. So it's my job to look after them, make sure they're maximizing
Mhm.
their sales revenues and all of that kind of stuff. So we'd
Okay.
have to visit them to do like trade shows and events and all that kind of stuff. So yeah.
Wow. 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 There was one time you were working with a lighting company. What year was that?
Um, so I've been working in lighting, TV and film and
Hmm.
theatre for probably about 15 years altogether. And
Wow.
so from 2006, really, um, until, a few years ago. So,
Mm.
um, you know, that is a different industry, which was good that I went into. And yeah, it got me some really good opportunities. So yeah, it's interesting. And the thing is, when what people don't understand what goes on behind, like, feature films and theatre and all that kind of stuff. It's interesting. I got to meet some interesting people, and get on some film sets and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's all good.
Oh. Did you actually get to meet anybody famous during those film sets that you set up?
Ooh, no, I wouldn't say famous,
Mm.
but I've been on film sets like Fast and Furious, Star Wars, um, and I've been into BBC studios, various
Hmm.
studios, around the world as well. But
Okay.
none of the actors or actresses not allowed that close to them. So
Oh, you didn't get to, not even by chance, just bucking up on
no, no, no,
anybody
no,
famous. Oh well, oh
no.
well, oh well.
But that's okay. That's okay. They what did they say? They say don't meet your hero. So I'm glad I didn't meet anyone.
I'm telling you, man, I'm telling you. Let's jump back to your school days a bit. Which
Okay.
school did you attend when you were in South London? We'll start at the primary level.
So not far from where a lot of my family still live and where
Hmm.
I grew up, Kings Acre on Kings Avenue.
King's Acre. All
Mm.
right,
So I went nursery there and then primary school.
primary. And then
Mm.
what high school did you attend after?
I went to Westminster City, it was in Victoria,
Mhm.
with a lot of people. There's quite a few people in the area that went to that school, so it was good to kind of stay, with them and travel with them. So yeah, Westminster City was my secondary school.
Okay, I'm getting a bit of cracking up on. Is it my side? Can you see me properly?
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
a
I can
little
see you.
cracking on the Wi-Fi.
Oh,
Hmm.
okay,
Yeah, just
okay.
just to welcome a couple of people in. Boo Becker, um, White Shadow, big up yourself. Turbo, of course. Shane, Alex, London, Gareth Hamilton. Yes, just to big up a few people on the live. If you just joined in, we are speaking to CEO of Nam Culture and Flat Cap Drinks Company. Before we actually get onto the business side of everything, how did you actually come up with the idea, starting off first with Nam Culture?
All right, so I'm gonna have to correct you there. So the name is actually Nam Cultura. Yeah,
Cultura.
yeah,
Okay, so I've been
yeah,
pronouncing
yeah,
it wrong all day.
yeah. so so it's the Latin word for
Right.
for the culture. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm not
So
far off then.
you're
Hmm.
not far off. No, you're not far off. Um,
Right.
and so as a, I've always been kind of fashion conscious in a sense,
Hmm.
and so when I was growing up, we wear different types of clothes. So there was a time when I'm sure most people went through it, where everyone wore click suits,
Mm-hmm.
and there was a time where in London, especially, um, the raving scene for like different music will dictate, the fashion worn.
Of course.
So like jungle music used to
Mm-hmm.
wear like high fashion name brands, so like Versace and Moschino and Iceberg and all that kind of stuff. Um,
Right.
but then, on the dancehall side,
Mm-hmm.
you'd wear baggier clothes, big
Right.
t-shirts and suits and all kind of stuff. So
That's
yeah, I always kind of been into fashion and always been interested in it and always wanted to do, my own type of brand. So
right.
yeah.
So when did the concept, when the how, because I'm fascinated by how people come up with ideas and how they come up with a concept to actually start something up. And being an entrepreneur, obviously everybody have to start from somewhere. And so how the actual concept on the idea itself came to you, or how did it come about?
So funny enough, I was looking at just doing different things. So I was looking at maybe doing some like in the sneaker world. There's a lot of buzz around the sneaker world at the moment. So I was
Right.
looking at maybe doing something for that first. Um, and basically I was throwing around ideas,
Hmm.
and I said to myself, okay, I didn't want to import a lot of things from like China and all that kind of stuff. I wanted to source things locally, yeah.
Right.
And so a lot of the stuff for the sneaker world, I'd have to buy, you know, thousands of items, and then I'd have to pay for the shipping, and then on top of that, you have to pay taxes and duties and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
So I was playing around with the ideas of doing something, and then I said to myself, well, okay, well, let's just do what I've always wanted to do, and that was the clothing brand.
Right.
And so I knew what I wanted to do. I just had to come up with a name first, yeah.
Right.
And I knew that I wanted to do something for the culture. So
Yeah.
that tagline is being used by a lot of people at the moment, and I wanted to do something with a twist. So I threw out some ideas, and I started going into like Google Translate and typing in different languages and different words and putting things together. And then I just happened to go into Google Translate and used that, and that's where the name kind of stood out for me. So
Okay.
that was the conception of the name and the brand, you know.
Right.
Um, so yeah. So and it kind of, once, the biggest step for most people is actually A, knowing what they want to do, and
Mm-hmm.
then B, coming up with the name of the brand.
Right.
So once you do all of that, everything kind of snowballs into growing as a brand.
Okay. Okay. Mm. Well, just like with any um, business, you need some form of startup money, because
Yeah,
obviously
yeah.
you have to invest something into it.
hmm
So when how do you actually decide how much you're gonna invest in, and how does that implement in getting the actual brand started?
So for clothing,
Hmm.
the startup cost is actually a lot less now than previous years, because
Right.
it's easier to source um, like things like hoodies and t-shirts and caps and stuff.
Right.
And there's a lot more people now doing screen printing or vinyl transfer or embroidery.
Mhm.
And so if you look around, you have to do your research. if you look around, you can find companies that do lower minimum quantities, and they work with smaller brands and that kind of stuff. So to start with a clothing brand, you don't need as much as you might think to invest.
Okay.
You can start with, I don't know, maybe a couple of t-shirt designs or a hoodie design or something like that, and then grow it from there. You don't have to go, mad, but you can start with some really good designs.
Wicked. So that's a positive for a lot of people who, on that fence that is trying to actually start up their, not necessarily a clothing brand, but basically most business is sort of a similar idea or a similar path that you have to take.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, I agree with that. And the thing is, as well, as I said, now with the days of social media, you can get a lot of exposure for your brands, and also as well, websites. Setting up your own website and everything now is not as expensive as it used to be. And for your first website, you don't need to really and truly, hire someone to help you. A lot of the e-commerce platforms now, basically, they teach you how to set up your own kind of website. So so that's good.
That's good to hear. So, because you were doing it for the culture, how has it been? How has it been so far? I mean, we know it has been a pandemic for a whole year, but how has that affect the business?
It affects the business because you can't do events. So just before the first lockdown, I started doing some events, and big up the I Am Inspired crew from South London as well. And so that that was really starting to pick up in terms of events and getting the brand out there and all that kind of stuff. And obviously then lockdown happened. So so then what you have to do, you have to concentrate more on your marketing and how you're getting the brand out there. And now a lot of people, are shopping online, and
that's true.
And if you look at some of the stores that have been closed, for example, this is just an example, not a comparison, but if you look at Primark, so Primark, they're multi-billion-pound company, and they haven't been able to service their customers because they don't have an e-commerce platform.
I saw that, because me and family here was talking about the same thing, and I'm saying, how can that be? Why wouldn't why any company in this day and age, in this 21st century, don't have a platform where online service? It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I understand. See, I understand it from both sides of the fence. In that, as a business, you have costs and you have, your purchasing prices for your garments. So, if they are saying that in order to keep prices as they are, for them to go to an e-commerce site, they'd have to change their distribution model. So at the moment, they probably have, maybe one or two distribution centers where, they ship all the clothes to the stores.
I get you.
But that means they don't have the internal infrastructure to basically turn that into an e-commerce business at this point. They should have probably done it, 10, 15 years ago.
That's true.
Because now, for them to do it now, they have to photograph all of their, their products, and they'll probably increase their price, but then people could buy online when the stores were closed. So yeah, there's pros and cons to both. There's pros and cons.
It's almost 6 or 1/2 dozen of the other, in a sense.
Yeah, definitely.
Most definitely. Yes, we want to move on now to the good stuff. Not that Cultura is not good, but in my eyes, it's the flat cap drinks inspired
Yeah.
by, obviously by our uncle Billy. Let the people out there know more about this Jamaican infused rum.
So okay, so my dad passed away a few years ago now, and he was always my role model. He taught me right from wrong. He taught me how to be a man, and for that he'll always have a legacy, and he'll always be in our hearts and everything like that. So
Right.
I'd always wanted to do a drink brand.
Yep.
And it made sense because I've always been a rum drinker.
Mhm.
I don't really drink beer and things like that. I'm more of a spirits kind of drinker.
Spirit side, yeah.
Yeah.
Similar to
So
me. Similar to me.
yeah. So the idea was to come up, with a concept, an idea, a name, and then work from there. So the difference between doing an apparel brand and a rum brand or a spirit brand or drinks brand is
Yeah.
that the investment is higher for sure.
Okay.
So, and also as well, with a drinks brand, there's a lot of licensing, a lot of red tape that you have to go through in order to create a brand. Um, so and I'll go through the licensing in a minute so that everyone can understand what the situation is.
Right.
So the concept, again, as I said, come from my dad,
Yep.
and he was always known for wearing a flat cap. Everywhere we went, he was always wearing that cap, and people would see him on the road, and come to family events, and he'd be wearing his cap. So that's where the idea for the name and the brand came from.
That's
Um,
right.
so
And
that's where it
Uncle
comes.
loved his spirits as well. He loved his rum, man. He loved him white rum,
The first time I drink rum was with my dad. I think
Wow.
I wasn't out on road. I was in my house with my dad,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the first time I taste rum. So you know, um, so that's where it started from. So again, same process as you said before. Is once you get the name, you can
Yeah.
then you start to work from there. Yeah. So I've got the name now. I've decided that's what I want to do,
Yeah.
and then the next step would be to make sure you obtain your website domain names. So the good thing is that because you've come up with a name yourself, it's
Yeah.
more than likely that the domain name is available.
Mm-hmm.
So you make sure you purchase your domain name first, right?
Okay.
And then so once you've done that, you can also at that point decide about things like logo design, things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, first step is conception, and then second step domain names, and then from there you start to really home in to designing the brand itself.
Right.
So you've got options for like a logo design or a brand design. You can
Mm-hmm.
if you're good at design yourself, like graphics design, you
Yeah.
can obviously concept and design your own thing. Or there's people out there that you can hire to create your logo for you. There's apps and websites like Fiverr. You can use those. They're fairly inexpensive, but you have to kind of give them an idea of what you're looking to do and what you're looking to achieve.
Right.
So then that's how you come up with, in a sense, a brand. Before you've got any physical product or anything like that. So
Okay.
So you've now got your brand name, you've now got your domain name, your website name, and you've now got your logo and everything. Yeah.
Right.
So then from there, I mean, that in itself is very inexpensive to do. So, you know, anybody, you can do that. Domain names start from £5 to £15, depending on, you know, the name of them. And I would always suggest, you know, you buy a .com and a .co.uk, so that no one can't, you know, buy the domain name from under you.
That's right. So like a copyright, sort of a copyright thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's so, and we're dropping gems here now, right? This is it's your property. You own it. You come up with an idea, so you need to protect it and protect yourself. So you can do that by, you know, trademarking, copywriting, all of that stuff. But there's that comes at a cost. You have to, you know, there's a cost to doing all of that.
That's right.
So then you've got your brand, you've got your website, you've got your ideas. You then need to think about how you're gonna do this. Are you gonna do you have a lot of money to hand, or do you have a lot of investment where you can go out and, you know, buy a distillery or start from scratch? Or do you work with, you know, or partner with a distillery in order to, you know, reduce your startup costs? So those are the two options at that point.
Yeah.
So for me, I went down working with a partner, a distillery. And what that means is that I don't invest any money in machinery.
Okay.
So that's a good massive saving by doing it. So what that means is that in terms of the rum itself, the base of the rum, yeah, so just the white rum, just the overproof liquid from the sugarcane. So for people that don't know, rum is processed from sugarcane.
That's right.
So you can't produce rum in every part of the world. It's only where sugarcane can grow, and that is why, you know, Jamaica and the West Indies and South America are very popular for doing rum, because of, you know, the amount of sugarcane they can grow.
That's right.
So once the sugarcane has been processed, and bear in mind, sugarcane is 75% water. So again, a lot of people don't know that sugarcane is 75% water.
Wow.
And
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And as you know, in Westmoreland, the land is very flat, and it rains all the time, and there's plenty of sugarcane. So
that's right.
You know, so that's where it comes from. So then once you've cultivated that sugarcane, you start to process it, and that's where you get the molasses from there.
Right.
Which eventually, after you add your ethanol and everything like that, that's how you get your base alcohol.
Fair enough.
Right.
Jamaica, they call it Janko Batty.
In Trinidad, they call it all kind of things. They call it babash. They call it all kind of different. Every West Indian country has a different name for it. So yeah.
But that's the pure rum. That's 100%.
Exactly.
Almost overproof.
Yeah. So then from that process, now you have your base rum. And so our base rum comes from the West Indies, comes from the Caribbean. Good. Yeah.
Okay.
Because that's the best place to get it from.
Exactly.
It's just as simple as that. So from that now, the rum comes into the UK, and then it's distilled. So you decide what strength of alcohol you want it to be. So our strength is 40%.
Right.
So that's the average, volume of alcohol. So if you imagine you have, a bottle, guaranteed in that bottle, 40% of that liquid is alcohol.
Right.
Yeah, and the rest is made up from flavoring and all kinds of things like that.
Yeah.
So then it's a case of, and this is where we're different to some of the other uh, rum manufacturers out there.
Right.
And the traditional, I like to say the traditional brands,
Hmm.
like Ray and Nephew and all of that kind of stuff.
That's
And
it.
you decide what level of alcohol you want to introduce, and then do you go down the traditional route and just do a white rum or a mixed spice, which
Hmm.
we've done a mixed spice, but
Oh,
we've
yeah.
also looked at other flavorings because after doing research, you find out that everybody's palate and everybody's tastes are different.
That's right.
So we've done three flavors. We've
Hmm.
done mixed spice. We've
Yep.
done a dash of honey, and we've also done a vanilla and cherry mix.
Okay. That
So that
sounds nice.
I believe is it's nice. It it took a lot of tasting,
Yeah.
um, but
A lot of drunk people.
a lot of tasting, yeah, a lot of tasting to get the mix right. And it's again, once you come up with an idea for flavoring, you have to kind of try it and mix it to get the right taste. Because
Hmm.
what you don't want to do is that you don't want to have too high a content of alcohol, which then basically gets rid of any form of flavoring, really.
That's right.
So it's a balance, it's a taste balance. So that's why we came up with three flavors to give people a choice.
Right.
So traditionally, a lot of people go for a mixed spice rum, which is just simple, similar to like an Appleton's or or various other brands that are out there.
Hmm.
But yeah, we wanted to do something different. We wanted to add a twist,
Hmm.
and that's what we did. So
Nice.
now, yeah, so now we've come up with ideas and things like that, and that's when you have to do more and more research because of the legalities of working in this particular industry.
That's right.
So, for example, I as an individual have to obtain what's called a personal license.
Okay.
So, in order to be able to even sell alcohol, you have to have that license. So
Of course.
so you can't just turn up on the street and say, "Yeah, you want to buy this?" It
Some
doesn't work like
bootleg
that.
thing, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah. So you sell someone selling you, petrol out of the back of a car or something like that. You can't. It's not as simple like that. It's
No.
the industry is regulated. Um,
Hmm.
and I understand it's regulated to protect children and and people and not to create nuisance and create less work for the police forces and things like that.
That's right.
So then to get to be able to obtain um, that license, you
Hmm.
have to, again, this is where some of the investment comes in, is that you have to pay for the course,
Right.
um, and then you have to pay to get your certificate as well.
Of course. Mm. Talking
So
about certificate, what's the one behind you there?
there's two.
There's two of them.
Yeah, so they're twins, but we can tell them apart. So one is for leadership and management,
Okay.
uh, and the other one is for digital marketing.
Right. And those
So
two you went on a course for, obviously.
yeah, so during the pandemic,
Hmm.
had some spare time and
Hmm.
did some courses just to update my skills and that kind of
Of
stuff.
course. With any
So
business that you're going into that you never been, because remember this was an uncharted territory for you. So you have to obviously get yourself prepared. And you know, we have some business people on the line here. We have Zoli Estique Beauty, Tanisha. We have Silk Cuts, and we have Daniels. They're all business people that I just shouted out. Big up to Star Point Entertainment. Yeah. So this is the route that you have to take, and the things you have to do as a business person. Because a lot of people just think they can just set up shop, as you say, and just start running a thing. It no go so.
No, because and the thing is as well is that, you know, for me, I knew that I had the ability and the skill to be able to sell the product. So
Right. You already was a
because of
salesman.
so I took my existing skills and knowledge, and you're right, came into a completely new industry.
Yes.
And basically, you know, I know that I could sell the product to individuals or, you know, wholesale. And that's the aim. That's the to get it worldwide, you know,
That's
wholesale
right.
stock. So yeah, so then once you kind of decide you've got your flavorings and all that kind of stuff, and that's when you start looking at, you know, manufacturing and you know, your label design. And the thing is as well, again, all of that with the things like labels, you have to have, like, you know, you have to have the name of the product on the front. Yeah. So
Yes.
people have to see that what it is. So it's rum.
Exactly. What you're
Yeah.
selling.
Exactly. And then also you have to have, you know, the volume of rum. So 40%.
Content.
And then also the size of the bottle as well. So
Of
this is
course.
the big boy bottle. This is the 70
Mhm.
centiliter bottle. So
Okay.
then you have to factor all of that into your design. And then also as well, you know, for printing, there's minimum runs that you can print. So
That's it.
if you're going to do a limited edition, you know, you need to think about, you know, how many you're going to do in that kind of stuff.
That's it.
So there, from that, you know, it's about sourcing and finding a partner to work with in terms of the distillery, and then deciding from there where you're going to store your product as
That's
well.
right.
So again, this is where the licensing comes in again, is that in order to store alcohol for distribution, you have to have what's called a premise license or premises license. And so things like clubs, also, you know, stores, so supermarkets, although anyone who sells alcohol from a physical location, you
Yeah.
have to have that that license as well. So again, you kind of have to figure out, are you gonna just purely be online and work with like a storage location or a fulfillment company, or are you gonna actually have, you know, a fisher? Because again, you can't sell alcohol from your house. So a lot of people don't realize that you can't just, you know, say,
Just speaking to from NAP, from Flat Cap Drinks. Oh, can you hear me, Rich?
yeah.
Yeah, so you cut out a little bit there. I don't know. It's probably from my side. It was buffering a bit, so I couldn't get
Oh,
to hear what you were saying.
yeah.
Um,
No, all I was saying was I was talking about like the premise license and everything like that.
mhm.
So, you know, what I was saying is that you can't just sell alcohol from your house. You have to have
That's
a physical location.
that's right. Some people will
So
try.
I'm sure. So
hmm
so yeah. So then again, that's, you know, that's more licensing, and if you go down that route, that's another cost to think about as well. You know.
hmm
And then yeah, from there it takes time to understand the marketplace, understand how you're gonna market to people, because again, because of the regulations, you can't just advertise in a particular way.
Yeah.
You have to be careful how you advertise. You know.
Hmm.
So like an example is, let's take Nike. So Nike will say, if you run in these shoes, these sneakers, you're gonna run faster, for
Yeah.
example. You can't say that in a marketing term when it comes to alcohol. You can't say, oh, drink this juice, yeah, and you're gonna
Hmm.
be, happy, or you're gonna be powerful, or you just can't.
Enhance your body parts and all that.
Exactly, yeah, exactly. So there's advertising regulations as well. So
Hmm.
it's as I said, the market is very, very regulated.
Hmm.
Um, but once you work through all of that, then the sky's the limit. You know,
That's good.
or
That's
or
good.
as or as the youngsters say nowadays, there's no cap.
No cap. I'm telling you, bro.
Mm,
Listen, Richard. Um, still sticking with the rum at this moment in time.
mm.
Yes, and in part of when I looked on the site on the Instagram, was saying that you now ship internationally. Is there particular countries that you ship into when
No,
get
no, no. We
loaded?
ship. No, we ship to most countries around the world.
Okay. So there's
Um,
no restriction to any country at all.
no, no. Again,
Oh.
from when you have your logistics set up in terms of your couriers and things like that, you
Mm-hmm.
can ship more or less anywhere. Um,
Yeah.
you have to declare the country of origin as to where the product's manufactured,
Yeah.
um, and you have to have what's called a HS code, which is basically a code to say what the goods are. Yeah.
Okay.
And that will determine, what duties or anything like that is paid onto
That's
the
good.
thing. But what you have to understand is that the shipping international is not cheap. Even though it's a small bottle,
Yeah.
shipping abroad is expensive, and that's why I'm working towards getting a wholesale license so that I
Hmm.
can sell in larger volumes to different
Okay.
countries, so that there's stock locally.
That'd be
So
good.
that, well, that's the aim. We're trying to
Mhm.
we're trying to get local stock worldwide. So,
Of course. Of course. Yeah,
but
that'd
yes,
be very good.
so
Yeah,
yeah,
cut down
so
your cost. Mm.
that's the thing, and it's about getting distribution out there in the various locations and stuff like that. Because yeah, it's I don't want customers. I mean, at the moment, there's no way around it,
Yeah.
until the license is granted. But
Hmm.
I don't want customers having to pay high shipping fees. We don't make
Exactly.
money. We don't make money off of the shipping fees. So
That's right.
that's what it's all about. And we ship to Jamaica, we ship to America,
Hmm.
um, we ship into Europe, um, we ship wherever you're residing.
I
As
know
long
you just start. I know you just start up this business, but how is it so far? I mean, even with this situation going on at this moment. Um,
Yeah, it's good. The business, we only launched mid-February, so
right.
again, it's a brand new brand.
Hmm.
Um, and yeah, it's been going well. It's been going well. There's a lot.
That's good.
There's still a long way to go, and it's a marathon. It's not a sprint.
Hmm. That's true. Just like
Yeah.
everything in life. Everything in life. We want
So
to big up Turbo, because Turbo seems is one of your biggest distributor here and promoter for flat cap drinks. So big up Turbo RDH TV, man. He's been doing a
yeah, man.
good job for flat
Yeah,
cap drinks.
yeah.
Big up yourself, my
Big
nephew.
up Turbo. Turbo's been out there, doing the promotion for the brand, getting it into DJ's hands,
Yes.
getting it featured on UK verses like yesterday.
Yes.
So big up all the Star Entertainment crew. All of the artists from yesterday. I mean, you had some amazing artists yesterday for UK verses. So yeah.
I'm sorry I
But
missed it. I'm sorry I missed it. Yeah.
no. You missed a good thing there. But yeah, no, big up Turbo. Turbo's out there. He's the man on the road at the moment. So
That's wicked. That's wicked, man.
so yeah. But you see, again, it comes down to a thing of it's a movement. It's not just it's not just a fly by night thing. It's a movement. So what you have to understand is that at the moment, us as black people, it's about ownership.
Right.
Yeah. So when you look at, again, no disrespect to any brands or anything like that, but things like Ray and Nephew. So even though it's produced in Jamaica, it's not owned by the Jamaican people.
There you go.
And it's not owned by a black person.
There you go.
So it's our brands, our concepts. It's a movement. It's about ownership.
Exactly. And that's what we as black people have to get into here some more. You know what I mean? We can do it. There is space. I mean, the world is big enough to fit us in and get our ideas out there. And during this pandemic, I'm quite sure a lot of black businesses have started up because of this.
Yeah,
it's a wake-up call, basically.
The thing is, the first step for any business and for anybody starting a business is having an idea. If you have an idea, you're halfway there. Yeah. And from that, you need to action it, because if you don't action, I think it was Steve Jobs that said, if you don't action an idea, it turns into regret.
Of course.
So if I sat here at home and said, boy, I got an idea for a rum, and I didn't do nothing with it, it's just an idea. Of course. There's nothing there. But you have to turn it into action. And product is key. And it's not just product, it's everything. Is agriculture. It's a good experiment. And if you guys get to watch it, there's a rapper in America called Killer Mike, right?
Right. Yeah, I heard of him. Yeah.
Yeah, and he had a show on Netflix, and he did an experiment where for 2 days, I think it was, he could only buy or use products and services owned by black people in America. Right? And that was based in Atlanta, Georgia. Right?
Right.
And you'd be surprised. So things like, and this is things like household products and things like toilet paper. Yeah? Black people don't own toilet paper.
No.
They don't own the manufacturing behind it. Do you see what I mean? Do you understand where I'm going with this? So
Yep.
In order for us as a people to move forward, and again as a movement, we have to start owning product and property and all those kind of things. And that is where the want to do businesses, my own businesses, my own stuff, has come from.
That's right.
Because don't think that this is, starting a business and doing your own stuff is easy. It's not easy.
Nothing is.
No. And I could easily just go back to the corporate world and, take a wage. but then I'm at the mercy of somebody saying, well, you know, you're making all this money and everything, but your face, for example, your face don't fit or anything like that.
That's right.
They're in control of your livelihood and things like that. And me as an
And
owner,
your time. And your time.
and
So
not only that,
important.
I would rather put my effort and my skill into making myself money and
That's right.
making money for my family, because over the years I've made millions of pounds for corporate companies, but
You're right.
I never got a £1 million salary.
You want to get a tiny percentage like that?
So again, it's about a movement. It's
That's
about,
it.
you know, owning our own run brand. You know,
That's,
I'm sure that
mhm.
there's other black owners out there for run brands and things like that. We're just one of them.
That's right.
And we're just getting started. Yeah, we're just getting started.
I hope everybody is listening out there. If you just joined onto the platform here at Y'all Talk UK, we are, in an interview with Richard Mckitty, who is an entrepreneur. He is running now Flat Cap Drinks Company and Nam Cultura, if I've pronounced it right. And just explaining the highs and lows of the actual business and getting into entrepreneurship, owning your own as black people as well. You know what I mean? As Tanisha said, Zole Estique, there is uncapped potential out there, and that is true.
That is true. That is true. You can, the thing is that when you look at solving a problem, like what you've done here with Yard Talk. So
Yeah.
you see that there was a gap,
Mm-hmm.
and you came up with the concept to come up with this show. Yeah.
That's right.
It's the same thing in terms of a conceptual idea, about a business. Some of the simplest ideas turn out to be, the biggest businesses in the world.
There you go. There you go.
So it's so, for example, let's take an example. So, all right, so we're car people. We like our cars, right?
Of course.
So
Yes.
so if you drive a car and you don't like the way it sounds, or you don't like the tires on the car, and you say to yourself, I wish the tire did this or the car did that.
Mhm.
That's an idea. That's a solution.
There you go.
Yeah. So, if you come up with an idea to solve that problem, you start a business.
That's right. Big up official doctor just joining in on the live as well. Big up yourself, my brother. Yeah, these ideas as black people and a black movement, what we need to do as well to support our own, support the people that are there already with the infrastructure, the people them who have the business. We must stop trying to tear them down. That that's another topic for another channel, but I just want to put it out there that we need to be supporting our own as well.
Yeah, yeah, and that's the idea again behind it. Is that working towards like a wholesale license for the brand.
Right.
We want to get it into the clubs and bars that we go to. Yeah. So
That's it.
like when DJ English Fire, yeah, big up DJ English Fire, when he's holding a dance in the future, or Turbo or RDH TV are holding a dance in the future, we want to make sure that venue has Flat Cap rum.
Of course.
And that's what it's about. It's about ownership. So
that's it.
We wear our own clothes. We design our own clothes. We drink our own drink.
Yep.
It's about keeping our money in our community.
There you go. There you go. You know what I mean? Yes, there's a lot of black millionaires, both here and abroad. But personally, this is just a personal thing that I'm just throwing out there, Richard.
Mm.
I don't think they really help their community that much. I think some of them, not that they don't want to, but they look at it as, how would I say, I don't need to.
Mm.
I earned this myself, so I needed to spend it my own way. Does that
But
make
then,
sense to you?
yeah. But then at the same time, when it's time for your funeral, you can't take everything with you. So what are you gonna do then? You can't put your money in your coffin with you.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
we as a people, we need to unite as a people.
Mm.
And as I said, it's a movement.
Yes.
If we all move together in the same direction,
Hmm.
nothing can't stop us. Nothing can't stop
Most
us.
definitely. Most definitely.
But the
You
thing
know?
is that as you mentioned, them millionaires and people like that, or people with influence, you
Right.
know, it costs you nothing but your time to share ideas and concepts or teach
Hmm.
people, provide information. That's what it's
Yeah.
at. That's what it is. It's information.
True.
That's all it is. That you don't have to spend any money to do that. That's
Hmm.
share the information so that we can pull each other up together. That's all we need to do.
I was reading an article today about two brothers. Troy Johnson
Mm.
Johnson is the surname, and they're from Tooting, South London here.
Yeah. I see it. I see it. I see it.
You
Yeah.
saw that, and
Yeah.
they started up with £500 during this pandemic,
Yep.
and now selling food all over the place.
That's how it
As
starts.
I said, it's just simple as that sometimes.
That's how it starts. That's how it starts. You know,
Mm.
yeah. If I said to you, you could take that £500 and start a clothing brand, it's possible.
Yes.
It's possible. You know, after you do certain things and buy some stock, you don't have to go mad with buying stock and things like that.
Hmm.
Starting a business with a small amount of money is possible. You just
Of
have
course.
to you have to have the want to do it first, and then you have to do your research and everything like that. So
There you go.
yeah, but as I said, it's about support.
Mhm.
It's about supporting other black businesses out there.
That's
You know,
right.
so again, shout out to HD Kev if you're booking it, if you're doing an event, if you're doing promotions, RDH TV and
Hmm.
people like that, then we all have to work together. We all have to stick together.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. And don't outprice everybody else.
Mm.
The
Well,
price is a factor in the black
see,
community. It is
yeah,
a,
but
it's a factor.
the thing is,
if,
so
if a man
you,
stick up in there, Richard. If a man see a thing, and say,
you
but
said,
how can Richard doing a 40% volume drink, but I can go down the road and buy something similar for
see,
£5.
this is the thing,
That's
right?
what
And
is
this,
happening.
yeah, and this is the next thing is that again, and I'm not knocking any brands or anything like that. I got enough respect and enough love for everybody.
Yeah,
Right, so everybody all these years have been supporting other rum brands, yeah.
right.
And as I said earlier, them rum brands that everybody drinks is not black owned. It's not owned
Yeah.
by a black person.
Hmm.
I understand the loyalty and everything,
Hmm.
but open up your consumer choice. That's all we're saying.
That's
And
right.
if somebody does start a business, support
Hmm.
them.
Yeah,
That's all
we
you have to
want to
do.
see.
Support them.
We want to see in the parties, man, some of the flat cap rum being thrown over people as well, and
This
and,
is what
and
I'm
have
saying.
fire burning. We want
Yeah,
some of that too. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Why can't
yeah.
the black, as you said, black owned businesses can get some of that glory?
Mm, yeah, yeah. And that's the thing. You have to, in order for us all to move forward, you have to support other businesses. If there's something, if I'm looking to buy a product, right?
Yeah.
If I want to get something,
Mm-hmm.
the first thing I'm looking at now is black owned businesses. Can
Right.
I get that product, that same product, from a black owned business? Because
Right.
everyone over the years, Amazon and everybody, they've all had my money. So
Yes. Yes.
it's my money, so I choose where I want to buy it. Where I want to
Exactly.
spend. You
Mm-hmm.
know, and even going back to the clothing thing,
Yeah.
again, it's supporting black owned brands. So smaller brands are
Mm-hmm.
likely to be more unique in the
Right.
sense of it's very unlikely that you're going to walk into a club or a bar
Mhm.
and see somebody in the same clothing, the same outfit, right?
That's true.
When you're supporting people, companies like Gucci and all of that, again, not
Mm-hmm.
knocking any brands. I got respect for everyone's choice and everything like that, you know. But again, buying a brand that is not black owned, you're not supporting the black community.
There you go.
And
There you go.
the thing is as well is that that £800 hoodie that you're
Mhm.
buying, it don't cost them £800.
Exactly.
So
Because they source it from the countries where they sell it, but basically
exactly,
only a
yeah,
penny, only a
yeah.
penny to make it, literally.
So again, it's not about status. It's not about what I have versus what you have.
Right.
It's not about jealousy, envy, any of that.
Hmm.
It's about supporting each other. It's about sharing information. It's about moving together as one. And
That's
that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it
right. We need to wake up, Richard.
is.
Where eyes are open, but we're not
Mm,
seeing. Our
mm,
ears are open, but we're not hearing.
mm.
We can speak, but we're
Yep.
not speaking the right things that need to be done.
But again, it comes down to action and want.
Hmm.
Because as I said to you earlier, I could easily, sit on my sofa or work a corporate job,
Hmm.
um, instead of, coming up with my own run brand.
That's it.
That's the reality of it. But I want my people to enjoy the drink, like the taste, like the flavor, and I want them to come back and enjoy it. I want them to tell their friends and their family about it. That's the aim of it all.
That's
And
it.
eventually, at some point, once the finance allows it, I'd like to do some more stuff in the community.
Of course. Of
You know,
course. You're in the
so
building stage. You're in the building stage. So that eventually will come. I have
mm,
high hopes for flat cap drinks
yeah,
right now, to be honest. I do. I can see this, Richard, going far. And I'm proud of you because
mm,
of what you're doing and what you've done so far. It takes a lot of not just the idea itself, but implementing it, as you said,
yeah,
putting it out there and bring it to this stage now where it is.
mm.
I'm so proud of you for that. Trust me.
No, I appreciate that. Appreciate that.
Yeah, man.
But again, it comes down to sacrifice. That's what it comes down to.
Everything has one.
So instead of me going on a luxury holiday,
Mm-hmm.
I could take that money and put it to a business idea, or I could
You
put it
go.
to put it to use in some other way, or
Exactly.
even if running a business is not for everybody. Yeah,
No.
not everybody will want to do that. But
Mm-hmm.
even taking that extra money and putting it into self development, learn a new skill,
Mm-hmm.
learn a trade, learn information,
Yes.
but put that money into yourself and develop yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Because
True. True.
if you don't develop yourself, you're just you're living, but you're not living. If that makes sense.
You're just doing the same thing, the same dead end job.
Yeah.
Not that some of the dead end jobs aren't good, because some people are in some jobs what they think is a dead end, and we might look at it as a really good job. You know what I mean?
This is the thing again, and it's the same with. All right, let's talk about another subject. Success, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's idea of success is different.
Right.
So some people might say, boy, I got £1 million, I'm successful.
True.
Yeah. There's people now that are waking up in the morning and saying, boy, I've got my health, I've got a roof over my head, my family is safe and well. That to some people, that's success, is waking up healthy, and so and everybody has different concepts of what success is.
That's true.
But again, what you can't do is judge other people's success, because for example, you've become successful doing yard talk,
right?
And again, to give you your flowers, I'm proud of you for what you've done, because you've developed yourself in order to do what you're passionate about,
right.
But that doesn't mean that I'm jealous of your success. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Is that there's people out there, we call them bad mind.
That's one of the biggest B words around.
They will tell you, that can't work, that can't go on, that's not going to happen, you can't do that. They're the people that you have to stay away from.
And even some of the yes people them as well, they just tell you yes because of the sake of it, because they just want to be around you.
Yeah, but even that is again, you have to be aware of the friends you keep and the people you keep around you.
Right.
And I'm sure there's sayings out there I've read before. You are the same as the people you keep around you.
Yes.
Yeah. So if you're surrounded by millionaires and you're not a millionaire, there's something wrong.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And if you're around people and you're saying to yourself, boy, I shouldn't be in this situation. I shouldn't be here. I shouldn't be doing this. All of us have in at some point in life been somewhere that we shouldn't have been, and know that we shouldn't have been, with people that we shouldn't have been with.
Right.
And it's having that tenacity to say, boy, okay, I'm going to cut those people off, or I'm going to start moving with different people.
That's it.
And that's what it's about. That's exactly what it's about. So if there's people that I haven't seen for years, I've got love for them, but it ain't the case of me spending time and effort with them. So
some people, then we look by you and say, Richard, you get rich and switch power, man. I left way out a road.
But here's the thing. But this is the thing. Again, the misconception. I ain't rich. I ain't rich. So.
But they look at, as you were saying, they look at your success as rich. You understand? That boils back down to what we were saying before.
Turn off the Bluetooth.
Okay. Yes, people, big up yourself who is in the live. Salima, Alex, London. He says, yes, health is the greatest wealth. Without it, we have nothing. True, my brother. True. Miles Ahead Entertainment, big up yourself there, Lana, big boss lady. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Untitled Entertainment, big up yourself. Yeah. So back to the same. Yeah, I can hear you nice and loud, nice and clear.
Yeah, man. So basically, that's what it's about. Yeah. So it's about elevation. It's about movement. It's about,
Yep.
you know, staying within the culture. It's about, you know, understanding what your own idea of success is, not somebody else's, you know?
That's right.
Because also, again, things like Instagram is a way of, you know, tricking people into what they think life should be.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
true. Most
So,
social
you know,
medias, most of them.
yeah. And it's the thing of, you know, when you look at Instagram, don't think that, you know, flying private jets and driving in Rolls Royces and all them thing there, that's that's somebody else's success. And if you want to
Yeah,
aim towards that, that's perfectly fine. Do that. Do that. The sky, as we
that's it.
said, the sky's the limit. But don't understand. You have to understand how to get there and what it costs to get
Exactly.
there. Yeah. So, and
Sacrifices.
that's what it's. Mm, mm, that's what it's all about. That's exactly what it's all about. So, but yeah, so that's you know, in a nutshell, you know, Flat Cap Drinks. That's what it's about. It's about a movement. It's about,
That's it.
you know, starting something for our people, so that, you know, when you drink a rum, it's a black owned rum. You know,
That's
that's what
right.
it's about. You know.
As you said, the movement needs to be more. We need to get more of this in. And as I said, people out there, you see the website underneath the page here, www.flatcapdrinks.com. Go there and get some of this Jamaican inspired rum. I'm telling you, wicked. 3 different flavors for your palates. Go
Yeah,
there and
yeah,
support it. You know, we want to see these in the parties. We want to see this a true over people head, not the other drinks them, but no, black owned. We need to take
yep,
ownership.
yep. That's what it's about. And the thing is as well is that, again, it's about, you know, no, just there's a lot of directories now, you know, like Black Pound Day and all that kind of stuff, you know. So you can look for different brands, you can look for different items, you can look for venues, you can look for all kinds of stuff, you know.
Yeah,
So that helps the movement and everything like that as well. So
that's
so
true.
yeah, and also if you're looking for inspiration as to, you know, what to mix with your drinks, you know, we've
Yep.
just put on the website a section for cocktails as well.
Okay.
Um, so there's a couple of cocktail recipes on there,
Mhm.
which was created by the Drinks Review, who did a review of our product
Oh,
uh,
yes. That was
the other
good.
week. Yeah. So they like the rum, you know,
Hmm.
and these are professional kind of rum tasters, you know.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's for to hear that they like it and for them to come up with cocktails and things like that is, you know, it's humbling. It's you know. So yeah, again, support the brand,
Hmm.
and you know, we move together. So
That's it.
that's what it's about, you know.
What we have here, people don't want to put in the work, but they want to reap the rewards. That's
Yes,
100% true.
yes, very
100%
true,
true.
very true.
Mm.
People wanna
So
people
I
wanna
said,
people wanna wear Gucci, but they don't wanna have to work for it, you know.
the concept, I hope, Richard, that
Mm,
this pandemic has opened a lot of our eyes and our minds to not just what is conspiracy theories. Don't get bombarded by all these conspiracy theories.
mm,
We need to stay focused because those theories are out there to distract us from the main thing, from the real truth that is happening.
mm,
That's how
mm,
I look at it.
mm.
You understand? As
And
soon
it's
as
it,
something come out. Hmm.
and it's it, again. It comes down to, okay, so a lot of people in the pandemic have obviously lost their job and lost their income, and
That's true.
that's a terrible thing. And you know,
Hmm.
we pray that you know, those people can get back to working and can look after their family. Yeah.
That's right.
But again, it comes back to a thing of you have to have multiple streams of income. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have one income, then as we've experienced, once that income stops or you
Yeah,
can't gain that income, you're in trouble.
that's right. True, true.
So again, as people, as a movement, you know, you need to think about, you know, how you can make some extra money just, you know, doing this, doing that. You know, there's again, not everybody is wants to own a business or wants to be an entrepreneur, but
Yeah.
then there's ways that you can use your skills. You know,
Mm-hmm.
if you're good, for example, you know, our kids at the moment are doing GCSEs and stuff, and
Yeah.
you know, we're using like a tutor service. You know,
Okay.
so if for example, if you were good at maths or you're good at English or you have a passion for those things, you can make some extra money by, you know, tutoring somebody. You know,
That's
that's
true.
these are just simple ideas, but
And it's a skill that you have for yourself. You don't have to go and train or develop it anywhere. You already have it.
exactly, exactly. So it's a case of, you know, again, self-development and you know, self-confidence as well, you know. But when I say confidence, I don't mean overconfident or cocky. I mean confidence in yourself to be able to, you know, pick yourself up and work towards something, you know.
That's
So
true. Self-motivation, basically.
yeah, yeah,
Mm.
self
You
motivation.
have to motivate yourself. As I said, I mentioned a quote on my even on your talk here page, and I said,
Mm,
just don't let nobody kill your dream because they can't see what you see. They can't see your vision. So when you tell somebody, "Oh yes, I'm gonna do that," and say, "Where about do them something for?" Sure, no bother with that, man. You know, I make no note of that.
yeah,
No,
no, it's yeah, yeah.
mm,
I see what you're saying, and it's again, and this is so with me now. Right, let's talk about you know, coming up with the idea and stuff like that.
yeah,
I might I might bounce an idea off of one or two people, you know,
mm,
um, but what I'm not going to do is go out to the masses and say I'm thinking about doing this because, as I said earlier, there'll be people that will say, "No, you can't do that. No, you don't
mm,
want to do that. No, you don't put your spend your money something else. You
mm,
know, go do that." So again, when I was talking about earlier about sacrifice and things like that, is that you have to, you know, almost like a tunnel vision. You have to say to yourself, boy, I'm going to do this, but I understand that not everybody's going to be with me on the journey.
that's true.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yep.
And again, when it comes down to ownership,
Mm-hmm.
it's something that you own. So
Yeah.
it's ultimately it's your decision. So yes, get feedback from people,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely. And if somebody comes up with an idea, entertain it, see if it
Mm-hmm.
works, and it might benefit you to listen. Yeah.
There you go.
But ultimately, if everything falls down on you.
Yes.
So if you don't pay your suppliers,
Mm-hmm.
that falls down on you.
Yep.
Yeah. If you don't, if you wake up one day and say, "Boy, I don't really feel like it today," now,
Mm.
who's going to run the company?
Exactly. You
You
have to
don't make
get
the
up.
yeah. So that's what it's, you know what I mean. So again, it comes down to, you know, thinking about your circle of people that you keep around you and all of those things come into play. You know,
That's it.
um, and if I'd have said to, you know, everybody, you know,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do a rum brand.
Yep.
As I said, there would have been people that would have said, no, you can't do that.
Mm.
Why would you want? People
True.
fear people fear what they don't understand.
Exactly.
So, you know, it's a case of people that say, well, why do you want to do that?
Mm.
You know,
There you go.
it's my choice. I wanted to do it. Something I wanted to do.
Mhm.
As simple as that.
Wicked, wicked. Well, Rich, I'm telling you, man, as I said again, I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of what you're doing. Keep on doing it, man. We will be here to support you in any way we can necessary
Yeah,
to
thank
make
you. No, I
sure this
appreciate it.
brand, as a family brand, as a black person's brand, get out there to
Mm.
the masses and,
Mm.
you know, start making some buzz, as they call it, around this
And
country and world.
and the thing is as well, don't think we're gonna just stop at rum, you know.
Aye,
So that's
there you
again,
go.
that's why the company is named Flat Cap Drinks,
Yes,
because we're not just gonna stop at rum.
beautiful,
We're gonna do other drinks as well. So,
beautiful, beautiful.
but again, all things like that take time and development and
Mhm.
tasting and all those kind of things. So, you know, that will come in the near future. That will
That's
come in the near,
brilliant.
you know.
That's brilliant. Well, Rich,
Yeah,
it
man.
was a pleasure talking to you, cuz.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Really do.
And as we said, all the people who have watched the live, thank you very much for joining in. Make sure you
Thank
go
you,
out
guys.
there
Yeah,
and
thank
get
you.
some rum in a
Mm.
system. Who likes to drink anyway? You know what I mean? Or if you
Yeah.
don't drink, buy some rum for your family member you know is who drink or a friend. You know what I
Well,
mean?
that's the thing. You got Easter coming up, so
Hmm.
you know if you wanted to buy somebody a gift for Easter, um, you know that kind of thing. And one thing that we do is, and that's slightly different to other brands that are out there, is that we offer a pack of 3 rum.
Right.
So you can buy. That means you get one of each flavor.
Right.
So if you're not sure which flavor you're gonna like the most, you could buy a pack of 3, and
Hmm.
then you taste each one of them. You most people fixate on the one they like the most, and then you could just rebuy uh, uh, later on once the other 2
It's single units. Yeah.
single units. You could give one as a gift to somebody. There's and and the thing is, buying a set of 3, there is a saving of £6 as well compared to buying an
Oh,
individual
brilliant.
bottle. Mm.
So
Um,
the individual bottles are 32 pounds. If
£32, yeah,
right.
£32, and a set of 3 is £90.
Okay.
Yeah?
Brilliant.
And then shipping is on top of that.
Hmm.
And as again, a lot of people say, well, why can't you ship it for free?
Mm.
And really and truly, I'd like to ship it for free, but I understand
Mm.
that there's costs involved
Yeah.
in the logistics of it. So I
Hmm.
would rather make sure that if you order from us, the delivery is tracked.
Hmm.
So we only ship with couriers. Yeah.
Right.
So that means you're going to get a tracking number,
Hmm.
and that means it's insured. So if anything goes wrong,
Hmm.
we rectify it. Not you guys. We do that for you. Yeah.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
And also that means that when the products arrive, they're
Hmm.
properly they're properly and safely packaged,
Hmm.
and boxed as well. So
I've
you might
noticed it. I've seen the ones that Turbo had, and those bubble wraps, man, bloody hell. Yeah.
so the
Well
bottle
protected.
well protected in shipping, so you don't have to worry about the bottle bursting or breaking or anything like that.
That's
The
it.
idea is that the product arrives to you safe and sound for you
Hmm.
to enjoy by yourself or with your people.
Lovely. Lovely. Thanks again, Rich, for joining
No,
us.
no
CEO
problem.
of Flat Cap Drinks Company, people. People, you know, it was been exciting. Hopefully you guys have a better understanding behind the scenes of a business. You know what I mean? Because as you said, a lot of people jump up and say, well, I'm going to start for business, and don't know, the highs and lows and the good and the bad bits of the whole entire setup.
Mm, yeah, and the thing is as well is that, again, dream. You know, everybody has ideas, you know,
Mm-hmm.
try put them into action, you know, because
Yes.
you don't want to get to our old age and you'd say to yourself, boy, I should have done that,
There you go.
you know.
There you go.
So today we've been dropping some gems on them, right?
Yes, man. Most definitely. We have the experience, you know.
Yeah, man.
We have
Yeah,
it. We have it.
definitely.
Yes.
But no, big up again, big up Turbo, big up
Mm-hmm.
RDH TV, big up Starpoint Entertainment, big
Mm-hmm.
up all the DJs them. So DJ English Fire, all of the people them, yeah, that have been supporting the brand.
Yeah.
Really appreciate you guys getting behind the brand and supporting it and pushing it. You know, and again, understand that, you know, it's a movement, and you know, when it permits, you know, we can rave together. So that's what it's
Wicked.
about. That's what it's
Wicked.
about.
Lovely, Rich. Well,
All right,
everybody,
then.
that's
Yeah,
it for now. Until the next episode of Yard Talk
man.
UK. This episode will be uploaded to our YouTube channel. Remember to subscribe to the Yard Talk UK channel, and whoever missed it will get to see it on the YouTube channel. Richard Mckitty, my cousin, thank you very much again.
Yes, guys. Take care.
All right.
Nice.
Bless up, Monday. Bless up.